And Captain, if you can give us your log today.
Captain's log, Stardate 54737.9. We're en route back to Starbase 157 after having repaired the Spirit of Discovery and Nausicaan vessels enough to get underway on their own power. The Nausicaans and their ship have provided valuable information on a possible rendezvous with a much larger vessel which seems to have hired them. I think our next foray out into space will be to find this ship. In Captain's log.
And with that, we we cut to the ship just arriving at Starbase 157. As the last few days of warp have been tedious but bearable. Oh, you've been limited by the warp speed of the Spirit, but you've managed to make it back to the Starbase in one piece.
Ensign Archer, let's bring the Nausicaan vessel into a docking bay.
Yes, Captain.
Sullivan to SS Spirit of Discovery.
Go ahead, Captain.
Commander, let's go ahead and dock that vessel and disembark its crew while it undergoes repairs. We'll await you back on board the Sullivan when you're finished.
Aye, sir.
Svalinn out.
And you get a hail from the Starbase.
Us or the Discovery?
The Sutherland.
On screen.
This is as Starbase is command, and seems you brought some extra ships with you. That's the intention?
Like I reported on my way back, we need all available engineering crews to repair the Nausicaan Raider we're towing. And once that's finished, we'll also need some repairs to the SS Spirit of Discovery, although those are not crucial.
Very well. SS Spirit Discovery seems to be under its own power. She can dock at Docking Bay 4 or the Nausicaan and Raider, or if you release it at 500 meters or from Docking Bay A3, we will be able to bring it in.
Understood. Svalinn out. You heard him, Ensign.
So, Archer, starting off, this would be a very simple difficulty E1 control con on roll, assisted by a ship's engine con to maneuver the Svalinn and the Nausicaan ship.
What con?
Control con.
Flight control systems.
Yes. Assisted by ship's engine con.
Wrong roll.
Okay. So you gain 1 momentum, and from that, as you definitely maneuver the ship within almost 450 meters of the required docking bay and release control of the Nausicaan Raider. And with that, it's very simple to get your ship up into docking bay A1 if you wish to dock. Otherwise, you can just put her in a standard orbit.
I think unless the engineer is one of those who doesn't like to be beamed, we will not need to dock.
Very well. You can and hang around in orbit. Okay. Engineers over there.
Oh, I will though ask Commander Tolik
Yes.
if you could go help the crew of the Discovery disembark. I do not think they would want or need to come with us where we're going.
Very good, Captain.
Very well. The crew members are of the Spirit Discovery are still down in sick bay. If you would like to meet him down there, or would you call them into transport order bay?
I'll call him to a transporter bay.
Okay. They meet you there. Jill Thompson, the captain, is quite excited to get her ship back. He's probably gonna stay in dock for a little while just to make sure that you guys didn't mess up her repairs very much, because captains are quite particular about their ships.
Naturally.
Dr. Zavekros is she's agitated and nervous, but kind of keeping forward momentum, and she seems. Well then, I guess this is my stop. And the transporter or chief verifies that they have transporter coordinates on the station.
We were glad to have been of service. Safe travels. Energize.
Energizing. And with that, the crew is back on the station. Medics.
Yes.
You have a docking bay that's been pointing out to you. Docking bay A4, and you can either do it manually and do a control con roll difficulty 1, or you can just let the station's tractor beams take you in.
I'll let the station bring it in.
Okay. Very well. You get within the required air range, and they bring you in for a nice settled docking. A couple mooring tractor beams lock it in place, and the umbilical and gangplank extend and lock onto the ship. And you have a nice easy way to walk onto the promenade of the station.
Once I confirm that everything's secured, I will take the crew that beamed over with me, and we will walk down to the promenade.
Very well. This is a fairly standard promenade. Lots of different Federation and even extra Federation shops and aliens in setup. Definitely a lot of Klingon and Romulan and Federation influence here. Just being in this sector of space. And you have the promenade set up, and you have the Svalinn in ready to beam me on board.
I tap my communicator and let them know that we're ready to beam aboard.
Very well, standing by. And in a few moments, you're beamed up from the promenade and back onto the ship. And Captain, you are informed that Commander Maddox has made it back on board.
All right. I will call a senior staff meeting as soon as he and all the crew are back. Well, I guess they're already back on board, so I'll just go ahead and call it.
Okay, senior staff meeting, everyone.
On my way.
Oops, wrong map. Ready rooms in here. Everyone makes their way in. And after a few moments, everyone has assembled for the senior staff meeting. Captain, the floor is yours.
All right. I'd like to congratulate the commander here on his first command, however temporary.
Thank you, sir.
Um, I've decided that we should go after the rendezvous that Commander Tolek found out about. I'm open to suggestions on how we do it. My first thought, and why I've requested the rapid repair of the Nausicaan Raider, is that we could use that as a disguise to entice them to actually meet us.
Like a good bait to put in a trap.
My thinking was we could send uh, Commander Tolek and a security team over there with all the Nausicaans, and once we're in the nebula, they won't have the great ability to scan, but if they do scan, they'll see that there are some a few aliens with a lot of Nausicaans. That's probably what they're expecting. They shouldn't be able to tell from sensors, and correct me if I'm wrong, Commander Tolek, but they shouldn't be able to tell from sensors that the Nausicaans are the prisoners, not you.
Totally. Go ahead and give me a reason science difficulty 2.
Reasons. Alright.
And Archer, give me a reason con on difficulty. You too as well. Something concerning the rendezvous point.
To figure out what?
Something about the rendezvous point. So, any focus in astronavigation or hazard charting.
Astronavigation.
All right. Excellent. You both make your rolls. Archer, you remember that this is the Pulsar and Nebula that was brought up before, and you just know off the top of your head that the Pulsar Nebula would be Class 2 Nebula, and that means any sensor or maneuvering activity inside the nebula is going to be increase the difficulty of 2. So it's kind of a thick soup in there, but possible to get around if you're not going too fast. And Tolik, as far as you know, the Nausicaan sensors aren't going to be that at specific, and especially inside the nebula, they might not even be able to tell species from another ship. They might just say, okay, there's a bunch of life signs over there. So you can easily keep the Nausicaan crew on there and keep them subdued while you're actually in command of the ship.
Very good. Yes, indeed, Captain. Their sensors will not be able to distinguish a thing. Your ruse should work quite
Captain?
Yes, Ensign?
Lieutenant Commander.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Commander?
Are you sure it would be safe to put some of the Nausicaan faces on the ship? Wouldn't it be easy to just do a mask our signature with some Svalinn particles to make it seem like there are Nausicaans on it?
We could try to mimic the Nausicaans. I just thought it would be safer if they were actually there, that way in case they do get a good skin on you, you won't be in trouble. Because if they detect who you are, you know, there's no honor among thieves. They may decide to just kill you all to save the trouble.
Would a safer alternative not be we could bring the Nausicaans on board, however, we could keep them confined in a particular room and then flood said room with anesthetine?
Well, I mean,
I'm going to ask. I guess the doctor's not here, but I'm gonna check on the efficacy of that.
I mean, if my idea could fool the, if it could fool Cardassians, I think it could fool the Nausicaans.
Captain Elder, go ahead and give me a reason con roll. Difficulty 2 to answer your question about the efficacy.
I'll spend the momentum. Yeah, that's gonna be it. I don't have any rerolls or anything.
As far as you know, as long as they're not in total risk of being harmed and you're not torturing them, it's well within and Federation law.
And can we verify the commander's line of thought on the I couldn't remember what kind of particles they're called, but
It'd be anesthetine.
no, the other idea,
The
security off.
the
Yeah, the security
Tholaron
officer's idea.
particles, yeah. For the Tholaron particle idea, reason science difficulty 2.
I think that one's my forte.
Oof.
A 1 and a 20. You really spread
Spread the love there. I'm just gonna take that because I can't think of any.
Archer assist.
Yes. Archer can assist on this roll.
Yes. Come on, Archer. Dream team. Here we go.
Deception, does that work?
This would be a form of deception, yes. Okay, so 1 threat and 1 momentum. In theory, this could work, especially within the soup of the nebula. It very much could be. Yeah, you very much could make fake life sign signatures.
And how difficult do we think that would be? Maybe that's a question you can ask for a moment. Because I'm not exactly excited about putting the XO in a small tin can with a bunch of angry Nausicaans.
You're not excited.
Yeah, for a momentum, I'll let you know how difficult it will be.
Let's do it.
Okay. One momentum gone, and essentially this will work like encryption or scramble sensors. There's role where you would make a control science and its roll, and you basically call your difficulty, and the higher difficulty you get, that's how much more difficult it would be for the enemy ship to detect what's really going on. Otherwise, the
And
ruse holds.
it was a what roll?
Control science.
Control science?
Yeah,
Okay.
and basically, once you get over to the Noskin ship, you would set it up and do a called shot. Try to call your difficulty and try to hit it. If you hit it, then that is how difficult it is for the Noskin's descents.
Now the next question is: so we've figured out how to get the Nausicaan vessel close to the other ship and get it to reveal its position. The next step is either I think we put all of our security forces on the Nausicaan ship and have them beam over when both ships' shields are down. With the suit, the nebula, I think that might be difficult. So the other option might be that we follow along with uh, shields and essential systems only, and then as soon as we get to a location where we think we can set the meet up, this Svalinn goes dark. Life support and shields only. And
Captain,
ambush them.
and go ahead and give me a reason command and roll difficulty 1.
Take a threat.
Gain a momentum. There is one slight edge that the Svalinn has, as other ships would not, the advanced sensor suite, which effectively lowers the difficulty of sensor scan rolls. So instead of a class 2 nebula, you would treat it as a class 1 nebula. So, something to consider. You would have slightly better eyesight in there than anyone else.
So I think the question still remains: do we want to seize their ship from the inside, or do we want to risk destroying it in combat? Because we've already got enough justification to order them to surrender, but I find that unlikely for them to surrender their ship.
Would a reasonable ploy not be we have this Svalinn wait at low power mode to obscure her sensor signal, bring with the Noskin ship, we draw the other one in, wait for it to lower its shields, then launch an all-out assault from the Svalinn and the Nostican ship, targeting weapon systems, shield, and cripple her.
Yeah, I think
Well-
this is the best plan. I will have to speak with some of my superiors. We may not have the grounds to fire first. So we may not be able to hit them when their shields are down. They may get enough time to raise them back up. Boarding their ship, we can do that without giving them a warning because we can offer their surrender once we're on board their ship. We might be able to there might be a rule that allows us temporarily to fire first, but I'd have to ask about.
Quick thing above game. Do we know in game about that they're looking for Iconian stuff?
Yes, that information is revealed.
Okay, Captain, I think we'll have an easier chance because of the Iconian tech that they might want.
You think that Starfleet Command may give us the go ahead to ambush them because they're looking for Iconian stuff?
Yeah, Iconian tech could be pretty dangerous at the wrong hands. Like if it's the equivalent of a gateway would allow them to transport to anywhere in the galaxy.
And that's just one of the things what it does. Who knows what other air tech Iconians might have.
All right. Commander Tolik and Ensign Archer, why don't you go ahead and go with Commander Maddox over to the Nausicaan ship. The two of you can begin working on your sensor disruptor, and Commander Maddox can lead the efforts to repair the ship in a timely manner. Commander Calder, if you could come up with two plans, one that involves us launching a first strike while the enemy's shields are down, and one that has us boarding their ship while their shields are down with a small security team. I'll check on the legality of firing first.
Yes, Captain.
Anything else anyone would like to bring up?
No, sir.
Then let's get to it.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Captain. That's an Archer, you and me.
Yes, Commander.
And with that, you all go to your separate task. I'm assuming Aang, just after the meeting, Aang Elder, you're gonna call up 10th Fleet Actual.
Yes, but I'll ask them to have a JAG officer with them. Like I'll call ahead and ask to speak with Naya and a JAG officer.
Okay. It takes them a little bit to get a JAG officer there involved, but
I will say I will make. I don't even know if you know about this, but I will make efforts to make sure the admiral knows not to choose to choose a specific JAG officer who may or may not have tried to charge me with crime.
She makes efforts to play nice with you. Actually, I haven't had a chance to look back that far. What's your history with Ifnea?
We've gone on 3 or 4 missions together. And when she was knocked out by the sonic wave, that was because the Tereshkova, and by extension me, were the vessel that defended Starbase 21. And she has overruled Jag at least on one occasion when they wanted to force me to not be in command of the Tereshkova for a little while. She overrode them.
Okay. With that, Admiral, the rest of the officers are dismissed, and we'd be taking this in your or ready room or in a private console.
I'll take it in my ready room, but I'll make sure to record it and make that recording available to Commander Tolek later. But he's busy right now, so I don't think I'll require him to be there.
All right. Admiral Nia appears on the screen, and a Bolian Jag officer, whom thankfully you're not familiar with. Captain Elder, how can we help you today?
Well, Admiral, I have been hunting a traitor suspecting of dealing an Iconian artifact, and I might have the ability to actually catch them attempting to do that. And I wanted to seek permission, or at least gauge the legality of striking first with disabling fire from the Svalinn in order to prevent any loss of life due to possible uses of Iconian technology.
And you're for sure it is Iconian that they're after? That seems off book for what Nausicaan would be up to.
I'm not yet convinced that the people. Did I mention Nausicaans?
It was in your official report, the official fleet report.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, Admiral, that the people who are that we're after are Nausicaans, only that they've dealt with them.
So, what exactly is your plan then to intercept their drop point and follow the trade?
My intention is to have to take them and their ship into custody and interview them and access their ship's log, and then turn them over for prosecution and impound their vessel.
Well, Nausicaans aren't within the Federation, and they're a free member species. So that complicates things. The first vessel was attacking a civilian vessel, so we had the right to fire back, but I'm not sure or if a preemptive strike is really something we can pull off right now.
We will seek an alternative then.
Sorry, John. It's a complicated galaxy out there.
Thanks anyways, Admiral, and it's nice to see you back up and in charge.
Yeah, I suppose I have you and the Terrascova the thank for that.
You're welcome, Admiral. Svalinn out.
And the comm disconnects.
Yeah, I'll make that available so Commander Tolek would know everything that happened in that conversation. And then I'll call down to Commander Calder. Commander Calder?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go with the boarding action, as we will not be able to fire first. So the only way we can get element of surprise is by boarding, not by fire.
Okay, Captain.
You'll have. We can get you both transporter rooms and some transporters probably on the Nausicaan ship. That may get you 10, 15 people in the first round of transports. So if you need to talk with Commander Maddox about options for increasing capacity.
I think standard's fine if I could get the green light to use to equip the security force, well, the boarding force with the rifles and some armor.
Yes, I'll authorize you to issue all of the ship's complement of phaser rifles, personal force fields, and body armor.
Aye, Captain.
All right. Draw me up a plan, please, Commander.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
All right, Calder. This to drop the plans. This will be probably a reason security. E-roll difficulty 3 assisted by computer security. As you just quickly go over what information you know and standard boarding actions and all this other stuff.
Okay, I have combat tactics for a focus.
I'll allow it.
I would like to spend 8 determination. I will use one of my values by failing to prepare. You are preparing to fail.
That'll definitely work right now since you are preparing a plan.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Can anyone hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can
yeah.
hear you both.
Okay, that was weird. My Discord switched to push to talk for some reason.
Okay.
It was trying to tell you something, I think.
Maybe. But yes, that determination will work.
Yep. I will do that to give myself a 2 free successes.
Okay. We have 2 momentum on the board.
And if the party would allow it, I would like to spend a support point to bring in Daiba.
Yeah, I don't mind because that's a security personnel.
Yeah, the Beta Zord.
Yeah, so once you activate them, they're active for the whole mission, and if we end up doing ground combat in this mission, you can go ahead and use her without paying again. So it doesn't seem like a bad purchase.
I don't know, like at least bringing her in so that way I can have an extra assist.
Okay, so we spend 1 crew support to activate Daba Vav. As he comes up and begins brainstorming with you.
Yep. Okay, so reason security.
Yep,
Com-
and
Complication range 1.
correct.
So that is going to be 3 success with the determination.
Correct. And Daba is supporting you, and the ship helps with computer security.
Focus and ground combat.
Yep.
This is definitely the second time she's been activated, so we need to upgrade her before we log off today.
I think third time.
Oh, third time, then we need to upgrade her twice.
Yeah, she already has the empath ability.
Oh, that's right, we did do that.
And the ship computer security.
We need to add that to the sheet.
I got the Svalinn, which is what skills for the ship?
Computer security. As your consulting computer of standard tactics, what sensor scans you have.
Ah,
Oh no! Well, you generated 2 momentum from that.
so let's snuff that threat.
Alright, snuffing and complication. As our computer was set for Jemadar, our boarding priorities is for like the first 30 minutes, and then you finally caught. Wait a second, and there should be no phasing. What's going on here? Oh, I have to go back and reset this.
And no polygons.
No polygons. But with that, you successfully have a combat plan, and you're reasonably sure you can and get to the command deck and the engineering deck of a Nausicaan Raider with 15 to 20 people and be able to secure it relatively quickly with minimum loss of life. As for getting them over there, your best bet is to swoop in as both ships lower or the shields to beam the cargo over.
That sounds good. And after that, I would like to have the team train on on the holodeck, if possible.
For 2 momentum, I'll allow that to have a advantage for a well-trained team.
Oh, we still need to spend momentum to actually get some of the equipment. So
Or if you do it yourself, I'll allow presence security a difficulty 2 roll as you're or actively in the holodeck drilling them.
that sounds good.
Okay.
Will it have assistance from the ship because it's on the holodeck?
Computers or security for the ship. And it's presence security difficulty 2 for you. I'll take the first one and the ship. Okay, so generate 1 momentum as you spend the next several hours drilling your security teams on how to do this. And I'm assuming you give a report to the captain that this is the plan and this is how you're doing it.
Yes.
Very well. Captain, there's your plan. It's a bit hairy, taking on a ship of over 200. Actually, probably over 500 people with a team of 15. But if beamed in critical areas, as you can effectively lock that ship down. Otherwise, we have Tolik and Archer. As you make your way back to the Nothkin and Raider that you have.
Yes, indeed.
And you guys were tasked with setting up the Tholaron on sensor scrambling field. So that role is going to be the control science role, and however difficult you want to make it. So
It's our so normally we're talking about a natural difficulty of 2. It's going to be difficulty 4 for them because they're in the thing. So you don't have to go all the way to difficulty 5 if you don't want to. Like you don't have to make this a difficulty 11 or something for him to do. You could probably just bump it up by 1 or 2 more points.
yeah, absolutely.
What's the role? Control science, did you say?
Yep, control science, and Archer is assisting you, I believe.
Okay. Okay, so the complication range.
Complication range is 1.
1. Okay.
I am assisting, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, we might make you deputy science officer after this.
Yeah, I know, right? So, in order to increase the difficulty, how is that achieved?
You are basically just us calling it. The nebula itself or gives you a base 2 difficulty. So if you want the Tholaron field to be a base 1, you're just making a control science difficulty 1 roll, and you can just bank the rest of the momentum. If you want to make it really devious, you can do a control science difficulty 3 roll right now.
On my task roll, the task roll is base of 2, correct?
Yes, task roll is base of 2, but we're looking for the target number of successes. In order to increase the number of dice you're rolling, you can, and buy it with momentum. There's certain skills and talents that give you extra dice, or you can give me threat to generate extra dice.
All right, I have 4 talents: technical expertise, computer expertise, and dedicated focus astrophysics.
What did he say if you were assisted by the Nausicaan ship?
In this case, you're not assisted by the Nausicaan ship.
Then that rules out both technical and computer. Because those require the assistance of either the computers or the sensors. Actually, computer expertise may not require you to actually use the computers. I mean, it may assist, it may just require you to use them. I'd have to look that up. That's engineering. Oh, nope, that's science. Oh, it's programming or study of a computer system, but I don't think you're doing that.
No. Oh, this is setting up a particle field.
Then if the only last thing you have is if he would accept the focus of astrophysics.
Shouldn't you have 4 talents? What's the 4th talent?
That's veteran, but that's not gonna help.
Oh, veteran. Yeah.
I mean, it can help, but not without spending something.
What are your other focuses?
So those are my talents. Those are the talents. The focuses I have are astrophysics, quantum mechanics, emergency medicine, physics, trauma surgery, and survival.
This is definitely quantum mechanics, especially since you're dealing with particles and fields and doodads like that. However, if you want more dice, you have 3 momentum on the table.
And 1 momentum equals 1 extra dice?
No, it increases each time. So 1 for 1, then 2 for the second, and 3 for the third.
Right, that's... Yeah, if I just wanted to add 1 dice.
Yeah, if you just want...
momentum.
Yep, we can do that.
Alright, let's do that. I'll go to 3 dice.
Okay.
And complication range 3.
Nope, complication range 1.
But what if I want it to be 3?
It doesn't give you any benefit.
It doesn't give you any benefit. It just...
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think you can do that, because it only makes it worse for you.
Alright.
I think there is a talent or something that allows that, but it's really squirrely.
Okay.
Alright, so 4 successes, and Archer for the assist.
Eat supper. What the hell, boy? Be hungry on someone else's time.
Alright. I can roll for him real quick. And a focus in sensor imaging would work. Alright. Total of 5 out of 3 successes. So generate 2 momentum, and you have a Tholaron field set up.
I will inform the captain.
Yep. Since you're done with your thing, he'll ask you to just help Maddox with whatever he needs.
Which brings us to Maddox. Um, looking over the ship and getting a closer look at the systems and stuff. The ship is tore or up. There's actual structural damage in the aft section from when you struck it. So you're looking at a 16-hour turnaround and to get this thing not just flying, but in an operational standard where the Nausicaan ship won't realize is that this thing's been in a fight with a Starfleet vessel and lost.
I notify the captain that it's going to take 16 hours to get this ship in an acceptable condition.
Received and understood.
We get to work.
Very well. This is going to be an extended task. Let's set this up here. Okay, so this will be a control engineering aim check, magnitude 3, work check X17, resistance of 1, and because you're working with alien technology, it's a little finicky to wrap your head around it. It's a standard species, but it's still not Federation tech for sure. And there's 4 momentum on the table.
Start off and get an extra D20 for 1 momentum.
All right. Down to 3. And that's exactly it.
Seven challenge dice. Six.
That is
One with the
6.
breakthrough.
Yep, that is just barely a breakthrough. So we're now at We're now out at Control Energy Magnitude 2, Work Track 12, Resistance 1. As you cleared away some of the damaged sections, you are fairly certain you have all working computers and functional bulkheads and stuff with you now. You just have to replicate the required materials and install them. So that was the breakthrough, and on to roll number 2.
Okay. I will use one momentum to buy one more D20 for this one.
Okay. Generate it back, as now it's difficulty 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And another 5 down. As with a little bit of scanning, you found everything you need, and you've got the required materials from the Starbase and its Replimat, and now it's time to install it all. Magnitude 1, so difficulty 1, control engineering roll.
I'll just do standard 2D20.
One extra momentum, and 4, 5, 6. So exactly 7 work. You actually get this done in record time.
I give credit to the Starbase personnel helping out.
For sure.
As I probably got to know them quite well rebuilding the Svalinn.
Yeah, you definitely have a good working relationship with them.
I'll report to the captain that the work is complete.
Alright, I'll summon Commander Maddox and Ensign Archer back and, to their normal stations, and ask Commander Tolik to meet me in my ready room.
Okay.
Alright. Tolik and Archer return to the ship. Archer takes his station at helm, and Tolik meets you in your ready room.
Commander, I want you to take Commander Calder and enough security personnel so that y'all can have one round of transport, one full round of transport, and your mission will be to follow us to the nebula. Once we arrive, you'll enter the nebula ahead of us and start attempting to make contact with the other ship. We'll follow behind you on low power, and when whenever you sight the enemy ship, go ahead and send out a general hailing message so that we know. And if we spot them, we probably won't be able to tell you. But when you're ready to board, just make sure you send out a message so we know it's going down.
Aye, Captain.
And you can always request evac if you need to, although we'll probably have to take their shields down, so you'll want to try to find a safe place to hunker down. Alright. I'll hand him a pad with his orders on it. Any questions you have, Commander?
No, Captain. Good hunting,
luck.
sir.
You too, Commander. And I'll head up to the bridge.
Very well. So we have Tolek, Calder, Voss, and a standard Urge security team, correct?
Yeah. Actually, we're going to spend a little bit of momentum because we want to give the security team and them body armor and phaser rifles. So I think it's opportunity 2 it's opportunity 1 and threat 2 for the. I can't ever remember which way it goes.
Our personal shield generator is opportunity 1, escalation 2. Body armor is opportunity 1, escalation 1. So for both, for the entire kit, it'll be opportunity 2, escalation 3.
You only pay opportunity 1 for each piece of equipment. So you pay opportunity once for one piece of body armor, then you just have to keep paying escalation.
Okay.
Yeah, so the moment, so we should pay 1 for body armor, 2 for the phasers, I think, but then we have to pay threat for each person that gets a gun and gets body armor.
Okay. For phaser type 3 is opportunity 1, escalation 2. So for shield, body armor, and phaser type 3, it'll be opportunity cost 3.
Oh, I don't think we're taking personal shields and body armor. I think you can only have 1.
I thought you could have both.
Believe it or not, there is actually a section on encumbrance in here. I just don't remember where it is.
Okay. Well, we'll just say you can only take 1. So body armor for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That should be 3 opportunity and 3 escalation. I don't know how much escalation you're going to charge for the security team.
I'll just charge it once for the security team.
So yeah, then that would be. It should actually it should be 6. It should be 6 plus the 2 plus the 1 for the security team. It should be 9 threat. That's a phaser rifle and a body armor for 1 for Tolek, 1 for Calder, and 1 for the security team.
Okay.
Wouldn't the situation that we're going into to change the escalation cost?
I don't think so. Sometimes opportunity changes because you have a long time to get the equipment, but I don't think escalation really changes because you're making it a more dangerous situation by bringing those weapons. That's what the game's trying to say. Then again, it's up to the GM.
No, I think
Okay.
that's. I think that ant spent is fair.
Okay, so phase 3 does base 4 and has charge inaccurate, correct?
Correct.
You okay?
Does the security officer want grenades?
Does the security officer want grenades?
Yes.
Oh well, the commander wants them. That's another 1 plus escalation. So y'all are making this shape up to be a really tough fight.
I think we're fine with just the phaser rifles.
Captain's prerogative.
The captain is deferring to Calder on what equipment he issues because it's his equipment lockers. I mean, I guess in the end they're the captain's equipment lockers, but he sees them as the Calder's equipment lockers. So that's up to him. He's authorized the use of anything, but Calder gets the final decision.
All right, Calder. What's your say? Do you want grenades?
Uh, no, don't want to risk depressurizing the ship.
Aw.
Pussy.
All right, that brings you up to 2 moments. All right, so everyone's equipped with body armor and Type 3 phasers, and you are locked and loaded.
Yep. Should we spend a extra crew point so we could have a extra security officer because of the?
You already have a security officer active if you want to bring him along.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's gonna cost us another 3 threat to have them equipped.
Yeah. I think we're good with.
Well, we can bring it anyways because that gives other people the opportunity. Like if maybe Archer or Maddox want to play the security officer during that combat, since maybe their characters won't be doing anything.
It's up to the majority, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, so if does anyone feel like they're gonna want to play that part of the mission? Because if they do, then we need to equip that character.
I'll
I
do
would.
whatever I need to do.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be fun. We'll send both of them. We'll spend another 6, and we'll send both of them.
You mean 3?
Why is I keep trying to draw out the crew support tokens, but it keeps giving me Commander Calder.
Why is it? It should be. Why me when it should be Tavel?
So that's
Yeah,
another 3 threat, Elder.
it's 6 because we're bringing 2 security personnel. The only problem is when we try to select Tavel's character sheet, Commander Calder comes.
I have no idea how to fix that. Yeah, it's working fine on my end.
Hold on a second. Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, there, I got it.
So she needs the shield and the archery stand too.
Mm-hmm. I was looking for a bow and arrow, but that's the closest I could get.
I mean, we're trying to be stealthy. We're not trying to be bow stealthy.
I mean, we already looked decked out as a team.
I kind of imagine that makes me think there could have been a point where Commander Calder set up his boarding plan, and it included outfitting everyone with bows and arrows and armor.
That was one of the more extreme examples. Alright. Archers on the bridge, elders on the bridge, Calder, Talak, and the... So we're bringing 2 security officers and the uh, red shirt security team.
Yeah.
If okay, let's see. Yeah, we good.
Alright, and Maddox is just going to engineering, keep the ship from blowing up.
Absolutely. He'll probably be running diagnostics, make sure everything's ship shape before the mess hits the fan.
Alright. With that, let's see, we have the ship that's been repaired. Calder, Telek. And now I'm getting that same problem. That is weird.
Just open up the sheet and just click their picture and drag it. Like so.
There we go. And I got all those nice tokens set up. And now I have to set up with the pips again. And Friendly Federation. Alright, that's all set up. Let's see, from 157 to... Oh, no snap. Pulsar Nebula. You are looking at a 4-day journey there. Ensign Archer, give me control con difficulty. Wait a second. Because there's a rule for this.
To do what?
Plot a course. Reason con difficulty 3, assisted by computers con. To plot a course. Possibly save some time off it.
Would sensor imaging work?
Looking more for astronavigation.
I have that as well.
Excellent.
I will use 1 momentum.
Okay. One momentum down. Assisted by ship's computer con. Gain 1 momentum. And with that, instead of 4 days, you found a slightly faster route that the Noxian ship can actually keep up, and you can make it in 3 days. And with all of that, Captain and Elder, the course has been laid in, and you are ready to disembark.
Yeah, we'll punch it.
And with that, the two ships take off into deep space. And new scene, which I've been kind of lazy about. When about halfway into your journey, you get a distress signal.
On screen.
That's going to be a control engineering difficulty A1 roll. There's a bit of interference at the source.
Maddox.
Easy enough. A crusty old cankerous Tellarite appears on the screen. Hello? Is there anyone out there?
This is the USS Svalinn.
I'm under air attack. Sector 39. I mark R24.
Who's attacking you?
I don't know. I think they're Orions. And I'm just a simple cargo vessel. I can't keep them off me forever.
Alright. We'll be there shortly. Svalinn to Nausicaan Raider.
Nausicaan Raider.
Commander, continue to the nebula and wait for the Svalinn to reach you. We have an issue we need to resolve.
Is it wise to separate the ships, Captain?
You can hide in the nebula and we can catch back up with you. I'm not that afraid of engaging them in a one-on-one in the Svalinn, and you'll be well in cover, so I think we'll be fine.
What should happen if you are overmatched in your current encounter?
Well, Then we're going to be needing to call Starfleet for assistance.
Very well. Noskin ready, proceeding on course.
Svalinn out. And Ensign Archer laying a course for the endangered ship maximum warp.
Affirmative, Captain.
Control Con, difficulty E2, assisted by ship's engines con to get you there as quickly as you can before bad things happen.
What was the difficulty?
Difficulty E1.
We'll quash that.
All right. And this lovely Noskin Raider is continuing on course. Svalinn and jumps in. Here's the very tiny scale 3 ship, the SS Star Wagon.
You might have to calm down to the commander to tell him I found him another small ship he's going to have to repair and take back to Starbase.
2, 3, and it's kind of going weird. There we go. And these appear to be automated warp mules. 3 of them are intact. 1 of them is completely busted open, exposed to space.
And are there any enemy ships?
There is. On sensors, there is a large scale 5 ship. And 3 very, very small scale 1 fighters. The fighters are swarming around the broken parcel, and this ship is wailing on the rest of the cargo packages.
How far are we from each target?
With that at roll, you can drop in at long range. Within long range of... Yep, right about there.
We're in long of the cruiser. We're in extreme of the fighter.
Yes.
And we've definitely are seeing it shoot at the small ships.
Yeah, they're definitely taking aggressive action.
Then I will shoot without asking, probably.
Red alert?
Yes.
I would assume you come in at red alert.
And I'm going to fire the phasers at the cruiser.
And we are in combat. You get the jump on them. At this range, you're at long.
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty E3. Control security, assisted by ships, weapon security.
Okay, we're gonna make this a spread.
To hit more than one subsystem?
Yes.
Excellent.
Actually, hold on. Archer, what's your I think it's reason science.
What is my reason science?
Yeah.
They make up a total of 10.
I mean control science.
13, then.
Then actually, instead of firing, I'm going to use crisis management and my captain's ability, and I'm going to direct Archer to scan for weakness on the freighter, the cruiser.
Alright. Scan for weakness, that is control science. Believe still difficulty 2, correct?
It's difficulty 3. It's 1 plus 1 for each range beyond close, where 2 ranges beyond close, so that's
Difficulty 3. Alright. Assisted by ships, sensors,
security, and my presence command.
Yep.
Would sensor imaging work?
I'll allow it.
Take a threat.
Mwahaha.
Oh, actually, you're right. It is difficulty 2 because advanced sensor suites reduces the difficulty by 1.
Alright. And ships sensor security.
I did roll that right before he rolled.
Oh, sensor security. Okay. And then
I'm just rolling my presence command. Can I use shipboard tactical systems?
absolutely. Just fall under that. Generate momentum.
And then
as you get a good detail of where it hit them, where it hurts.
we didn't quite generate enough. Do you have any ability to re-roll that 0?
I believe you cut out, Winchester.
Oh, I was asking if you had any talents or anything that would help you re-roll that 0. Oh, actually, GM, we don't got to worry about that. I forgot something. If you read the back of my sheet, the medal at the bottom, whenever I use a direct task instead of, oh, I did roll, so I don't think that applies anymore.
Oh, the Christopher Pike.
Yeah, but I already rolled, so I don't.
Yeah, you would have to call that beforehand.
Yeah. Well, I still have one left, so I'll use that there. Yeah, I think we can't keep the initiative, so we'll just have to let it pass.
I have combat ready.
You have what?
I have an ability that will allow us to keep the initiative. Let me double check what it's called.
Commander Calder does?
I have quick to action.
I don't know if the GM will let us use that.
You're not on the ship, unfortunately. But the ship, is going to use maneuvering thrusters. Actually, it's going to use impulse and move over here.
Does that move it into extreme?
Yep. And that's their turn.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Could I roll to go to warp and basically do the Picard maneuver?
Huh. That's a thing. There is a way to jump to warp, but if you want to do the Picard maneuver,
Yeah, it's difficulty 0 to go to warp.
yep, difficulty 0, and then to move 2 more or zones. So,
Well, it's a cost of power, not difficulty increase.
yep.
Yeah.
So, I would go 2 more zones, so that'd be 2 power to jump to warp and basically jump right on top of them in order to do the Picard maneuver and bedazzle them. And for our moment, that'll be an increase to difficulty 2.
And what would that look like?
It'll basically create an advantage that they'll have trouble discerning which target to hit, and make you harder to hit the next turn.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
So what would I roll for that?
Control con, assisted by ship's engine con, and this will cost you 2 power.
Would flight control systems work?
Absolutely. That's the 2, and the ship. Okay, no momentum generated, but in the middle of combat, as the ship suddenly jumps forward, and you are nose to nose with the ship. And that was Archer's turn. Any way to keep the initiative? Or a quick action?
He should have rolled, didn't he roll? Oh, but he only got the difficulty increase at 2. He didn't get any momentum.
He only got the difficulty. But that means that these guys are confused, because there's suddenly 2 steamer class ships. That is confusing. Any way to keep the momentum, or is it passing?
No, it has to pass.
It has to pass. All right. I'm gonna roll a challenge dice. If they get an effect, they fire on the main ship. If not, they fire on the shadow. Enter.
Double. Yeah.
They fire on the shadow and waste their turn and firing just behind you.
That makes it Commander Maddox's turn.
Commander Maddox, the ship just went to warp. You're down 2 power, but otherwise all systems are clear.
So I'm trying to think of what I would be doing.
The book actually lists a couple of things that each department can do.
You can
And-
also look down the notebook in Google 20 for the sheet stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you scroll down and
Yeah.
and click cheat sheets and then engineering, that can tell you what an engineer can do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're fine.
It's fine.
It's kind of not a non-standard setup.
So I guess I could. So since we lost 2 power, I guess I could do power management for
Yep.
internal systems.
All right.
Engineering control plus engineering difficulty 2. All right. Let's do standard 2 dice.
It's difficulty 2 and success you gain 1 power. But if you generate momentum, you can spend momentum to generate more power, or you could just bank it for other things the crew can do.
Okay. Well, I'll use 1 momentum to buy 1 more dice.
Oh, and you can you don't have to just replace. You can exceed our normal power limit. We just don't get to keep it after combat end.
Okay.
Yeah, you could supercharge the systems right now if you want to.
Okay. Only got 1 momentum, so. Yep. All right.
Excellent. You generate 2 momentum. You gain back 1 power automatically. Did you want to spend any more or to get more? Or do you just want to keep the momentum?
That's it. Okay, so is you spend the momentum after you succeed to generate more power.
Correct.
Let's just burn 1 momentum so that we get both of our powers back.
Alright. Your capacitors are now at full.
I let the captain know that power's back to normal.
And with that, it goes through their turn. Let's do one of these. Difficulty 3. I'm gonna spend a threat to get an extra dice. Come on, ship. As their sensors appear to be searching for something, but you're not sure what. They're doing a general wide sweep. And that is their turn.
We still have 1 left, so I think we should activate a crew support.
Alright.
We only have 2 characters made up, though.
So, time to make a new one really quick.
Yeah, can you throw me up a sheet there?
1 sheet coming up. There it is. at the top. I'll move it down once you're done.
I can't see it.
Oh, that's right. I have to actually say that you can see it.
We have a Betazoid and a Vulcan. Let's have.
Nope, we're not doing that token.
Can we have a Gorn?
Gorn? I suppose.
We have a Gorn security officer now.
I'm open for multiculturalism.
I doubt he is.
And don't worry, Nausicaan Raider, I haven't forgot about you. The away team. In fact,
What is a good Gorn name?
something hissy. And you guys can see the Nausicaan Raider ship sheet underneath the Svalinn.
Give me a sec. I'm going to fancy name generator map of Gorn.
All right.
Zogor. Zogorr.
I like it.
Zogo. What?
Give me a sec. I'll just copy and paste it.
Zogorr. Probably has a nice long story of why he's in the Federation and not the Gorn hegemony, and how he's a refugee from his own people.
Okay, does someone want to play Ensign Sagar?
I can, unless one of the people on the radar, the Nausicaan ship, want.
I think we should give deferment to them since we have characters here.
That's usually how it works. So, Taluk or Calder, do you want to take over Ensign Zogar?
I'll do it.
Negative, I will pass.
I'll do it.
All right. Captain, what are your orders?
I'm going to have Ensign Zoger do a phaser attack on them.
All right.
Because of Google, all I could find on Google, Ensign Zogar has a wafer from the normal red shirt, and instead he wears leather strap.
Ta-da.
Okay, let me just quickly check the Svalinn sheet.
Fire weapons. That'll be control security. Difficulty A2 at this range.
And we're gonna use spread.
Okay.
And I don't think spread makes it where we can't also target a specific system for the first breach.
Yeah, you can undo your call shot with the fast targeting system, and
Yeah, so
then hit a random other system.
Yeah, so whoever's playing Zogar, you should pick out a specific system on the ship to hit.
Let's hit the weapons.
All right.
I will spend a momentum to add an extra dice.
In fact, you might want to spend as much as you can because each dice you give increases the amount of damage we can put into the phaser shot because we did scan for weakness. So you may only do one, but if you want to, the more dice you do, the more damage the phasers will do.
Well, all I have is the one momentum.
You can spend threat. You can basically generate threat for me.
Or a determination would count also because that's a dice spend.
I don't think crews have
Oh.
determination.
He would have it towards the mission directive, so you'd have to ask the GM. He wouldn't have determination, but I could give it to him if need be.
You know, I'll allow him to spend it on mission directive. Everyone has the same mission directive. So in order to get the fourth dice, she would have to generate one threat.
We had 2 momentum.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you did.
Yeah, so I'll give him that so he can spend towards the mission directive. And I'll roll veteran real quick.
All right.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going through the dice, and one of them counts as a crit success. Well, the fourth one.
Yeah, the 4th one.
So roll 3 and then just add 2 to your successes.
Alright,
Now
I
for the
already
ship.
added 2 to the phaser array.
All right, so that is 5 successes. Is on a difficulty 2, so you generate 3 momentum.
You want to roll phasers?
You okay?
Oh, and that cost us a power. And that was just Sorg saying he was firing the phasers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it rolled correctly.
No, it did not. It's supposed to be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
All right, so 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I see
4,
what you
5,
did.
6,
You
7.
hit challenge dice under the dice roller. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see under the weapons there's a...
Yeah, I realized.
All right, so
And because it's scan for weakness, each effect counts as 2 pierce.
2 piercing. Okay.
So that's 4 piercing.
And because of spread, we hit another system.
I think we have to hit at
1,
least
2,
one first.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Spread is actually
9,
kind of tricky.
10. So that's 10 base damage. With. So it's 2 resistance? Or 2 piercing?
2 piercing per effect, so that's 4 total.
Okay, so 4 piercing. That actually hurts a lot. Okay, so 1, 2, 6,
Uh,
8, 9.
so
So you you managed to get 9 damage on them
after
after
resistance.
after resistance and with the piercing.
Okay.
So that's at least 1 breach, and you were targeting weapons.
Yep.
That was called shot. All right, 1 breach to weapons.
Okay, so we rolled an effect, so we do half the damage of the initial hit, rounding up, plus 1 for every effect rolled after the first. So we're going to hit one other system for half damage of 9. Oh, no. Okay, so it's reduced by piercing shields, everything individually. So we divide the 10 in half to 5.
Okay.
Add 1 for every effect rolled after the first, so that would be 6. Then we subtract piercing from their resistance, so that leaves them with 1 resistance, I think.
Yep, they have a resistance 5.
And then we subtract that 1 from the damage of 6, so that's 5 damage. So we do 5 damage to their shields, and they're going to take another breach because we did 5 damage.
Okay, so that's an additional 5 damage to the shields?
Yes.
Okay.
So we've done 13 damage to their shields. Are their shields still up?
They have 1 shield left, but you've done enough damage to breach 2 systems. And those systems are 1 breach to structure and 1 breach to sensors. As you just wail on them.
Are they using NPC or PC stats?
NPC.
Okay. Yeah, let's do a bonus damage, because all we gotta do is spend 1 momentum and we get another breach.
Meanie. 1 momentum.
And in fact, if we want to, this is up to Zerg. He can go again for 2 momentum and shoot again. Unless we want to save that for something else.
And shields are down, so another system down.
Now let's give them a chance to at least hit us again, because we're doing so good.
Okay. Yeah, we wouldn't want them not to have fun during the game.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, well, on their turn, they're really messed up, but...
We never spent the versatile. So can we just put the 2 versatile into damage and get our momentum back?
Okay. I can.
Yeah. The extra spend on versatile to damage wouldn't have done anything.
Okay, so you're up to 3 momentum. And on their turn, owie, you guys hit hard. The Orion fighters. Nope, just the fighters. Are going to pull away. And they are going to warp. For reasons. Back on the Nausicaan ship.
The fighters did?
Yep, the fighters just took off. The capital ship is staying here. And spending into threat to keep the initiative. I'm going to try to regenerate shields. Which is an engineering task. Difficulty 1. Spend another threat for a third dice. Maybe? Oh wait, that was the structure engineering. As they yeah, their shields are at 0 arrows, so they can't raise their shields. As there's sparks arcs along their hull, all as their shield emitters give out. And that's all I can do. It now goes back to the player's side.
We went first. I think they go first.
Okay. In that case, just to be fair, I'll spend 2 new threat and say that the fighters catch up with the Nausicaan in Raider and begin an attack run on it. Yep, not gonna spend dice. We'll just do this flat.
I'm guessing these people are not friends of the Nausicaans.
Nope. Very much not friends with the Nausicaans, and they see a Nausicaan ship, and they're trying to push it back. That is. Oh, they warped in a medium in range. This is close, so they fire across your bow, Nausicaan Raider, and definitely make their intentions known. And
Well then.
essentially, you two, the two battles are at extreme range with each other if you want to jump from one side to another.
I think we've can hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's all up to Tolek because I did not give him any orders that specified what to do in this situation, so he'll have to figure that out on his own.
It's now player's turn.
How does our ship stand up against tactical analysis?
Reason security, difficulty 1. And this will just be a free roll. Actually, make it difficulty 2 because you're not too familiar with the fighter craft. You kind of like passing tactical knowledge of what they are. And Tolek
better at the reason security than I am.
You happen to have the ship's chief security officer on board.
Magnificent. Well then, off you go.
Reason security.
Correct.
I will assist.
I'll allow it. You just barely make it. Your scale, 3 ship, their scale. There are a bunch of scale 1s, but there's 3 of them, so it's kind of an even fight.
I have a question, God. What's the range of the disruptor cannons?
Disruptor cannons are close range, I believe.
Yeah. All cannons.
All cannons are close range, so you would have to maneuver or to get in close range because they're at medium range right now.
Okay, I would like to maneuver into close.
All right. That's like a full action, isn't it?
To do what?
To maneuver? Yeah, control con difficulty A0.
Okay. Give me a sec to find.
And it is assisted by your janky ship's engines con. Alright, generate 4 momentum.
I will spend two momentum to do a swifttion.
Okay.
And fire the disruptor cannons at the fighter.
Alright. Control security, difficulty 2, assisted by ship's weapon security.
I'll spend 1 momentum to add a dice.
Alright. Make sure you have any focuses.
Combat tactics and targeting systems.
That will work. And the ship.
Yep.
Alright, you make it, but you have a complication on the table. Any way to squash it, or am I doing fun things?
2 momentum to squash it.
All right. As you get a hit on the lead ship.
Okay, so what do I add to the disruptor cannon to go?
To roll disruptor cannons, and it's 2 plus a security. Because normally, no, it's 3 plus security. So it's 6 dice, 6 challenge dice.
Okay. Should it be energy or torpedo weapon?
It should be.
Should be.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it's on energy because it's cannon.
Yeah, it's already.
Okay, let's
And
see.
that is way too much.
It should be weapons security plus the damage.
Weapons and security. I thought it was skill and security.
Oh, scale and security. That's right.
Yeah, scale, security, and then cannons. You get +2 because they're close range.
I don't think you add any damage because you're close range, do you?
No, because they're disruptor cannons.
Yeah, so it's should be scale of what, 2?
Scale 3, security 3, so base ace of 6.
6. So it should be 8. Or 9. No, it should be 9. Yeah. 3 plus 3 plus 3. Yeah, there's just 1 too many. Oh, wait. I was counting the wrong thing.
Yeah, cannons have a range category of close and increase the weapon's damage by 2. So we need a total
of 8.
Alright, so that field's already populated. Alright, that's at least the right number of dice. Spend a momentum to reroll the zeros.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 challenge dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. And how many shields do I have on this tiny thing?
I guess not a lot because it's a fighter.
Not a lot. Yeah, pretty much pop. As one of the fighters is disintegrated.
I will use. Wait, no, it's not the first round, so I can't use quick to action.
And you've already kept the initiative if once, so it has to go to the other side.
Well, I mean,
I don't think we've kept the initiative, have we?
no.
You did a swift task. You did a maneuver and then you fired.
Okay, so I can't use my ability quick to action.
I don't think Swift Task counts against that. Because Swift Task is not keeping the initiative, it's a combat momentum spend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick to action doing. But the thing is, it says for the first round of any combat, but this counts as our first round against the fighters.
This is technically your first round, so okay, quick to action.
Okay, I'm going to have Tavel use the disruptor ray to hit the fighters.
Okay, and the difficulty increase only goes up if they're outside of the range, not if they're inside. Check. Yep, so control security difficulty 2.
Okay, I'm going to spend one momentum for her.
Alright. Assisted by ship's weapon security. Ouch.
3 momentum.
3 momentum gains. As you pew pew. So this would be, if you scroll down to the bottom, it should just be disruptor or array. Or that. Yep. So just hit the chevron next to disruptor array.
I'll spend a momentum to roll those 3 zeros.
Alright. And then for that, it's best just to go up to the top, hit enter 3 next to that chevron.
Okay, let me try again.
And vicious 1, so each chevron counts as 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. As you just completely overwhelm its systems and blow another fighter out of the sky.
Swift action.
That would require 2 and increase the difficulty by 1.
Yep. I will go. So that would be difficulty 3.
Yep. Assisted by the ship's weapon security.
And I miss.
And you miss. Alright, so Calder is gone. And Taverl has gone. And any other means to keep the initiative? And
Yeah,
that's it?
yeah.
Excellent. So, back with the cruiser, who's having a very, very bad day. Let's pull up the cruiser. And spending 3 threat. I'm getting all the dice I can. Crew task roll. As we finally get some shields up. And I'll spend 2 more for our swift task. Which makes this difficulty 3. Spend another momentum and for another dice as I'm firing disruptor cannons.
They're at medium, so it'd actually be difficulty 4.
Oh yeah, you guys are at medium, so I'll switch to the phaser array then, knowing that you guys are at medium. And swing and a miss. Yes, as they hastily finally get a sliver of shields up and fire a desperate shot across her bow.
I'm gonna try to hail them.
Control engineering, difficulty 1. Assist by ship's communication engineering. Gain a momentum as they open hailing frequencies.
Unidentified vessel, this is the USS Svalinn. If you do not drop your shields and prepare to be boarded, we will be forced to fire upon you again, and it is likely that you will be destroyed.
As a big, bolsterous Orion man and appears on the screen. Federation vessel! Please, we need... Our quarrel is not with you, but please allow us to do our business in peace.
You are in Federation space and not authorized to engage in hostilities in Federation space. If you do not stop and drop your shields and prepare to be boarded, we will fire again.
Presence command, difficulty 1, considering the situation. You do pretty much have him on his back foot.
Would you consider this persuasion?
Yes.
Okay, that gives me a dice from bargain. Take a threat.
Gladly.
Oh, it's actually 2 threat because I'm buying for
'Cause you-
gold, so that
Okay.
die. Reroll one for bargain.
So that is 4 momentum. Very well. Very well. We will stand down. As he very slowly goes out to reach for his con, and this snub fighter is gonna take one last pot shot as he doesn't quite receive the order in time to stop fighting. And spending 1 threat for our 3rd die. Please do your thing. Weapon security. Hey, I actually hit. With a tiny disruptor array. Oh, come on, enter. 4 damage to the Raider shields. As this fighter takes a pot shot at you. And it's now the player's turn.
Have they received the order so that we're no longer in combat, or?
Uh, Actually, yes, as they've now received the orders and they now I'll stand down.
I
Okay.
will do a check to at least fix the shields unless there's someone better than me.
If we go out of combat, the shields go out to full power.
Oh, okay.
Yep, the fighter stands down and slowly makes his way back as it appears that its capital ship is in dire straits.
Elder to Commander Maddox.
Go ahead, sir.
Take the ship's remaining security personnel and secure the uh, attacking vessel. As soon as you've managed to secure it, we will return to base.
Aye, sir.
Svalinn to Raider.
Raider here.
We're gonna have to escort this vessel back to base, so we won't be able to support you. So you should also return to Starbase.
Aye, Captain. Raider changing course.
And in one last yes, desperate attempt, they are going to try to jump away. So that and you guys are dumb. This is not gonna work.
Engines can't help because they failed.
Yep, and with that crit fail, their shields go down. They blow out their engines as the fighter docks and it tries to jump away, but they get like 5 kilometers and drop out of warp and they're adrift.
Bridge to Commander Maddox.
Go ahead, sir.
Once you've secured the ship, we're going to have to send you repair personnel. They have burnt out their engines in an escape attempt.
Aye, sir. Par for the course.
They tried to run away. They were trying to be crafty.
I guess when last loose end, I'll hail the distressed vessel.
And the person can tell her right, and it comes on board. Well, the hailing stopped, so I'm assuming ain't they stopped firing on me.
Yes, you should be safe now. Do you require any assistance?
I'll be fine. A couple loose bulkheads. It's nothing I'm not used to.
If you wish to proceed under escort, you may wait here and we'll notify you when we're prepared to travel to the next starbase. If not, good luck.
I'm probably gonna be here a while picking up the cargo from Envoy 2.
Wouldn't it be faster to just call the base to see if they can bring in a ship?
It's been a couple
Uh,
days. There might be a Federation starship up there.
to do what?
To do the escort instead of us, because I think we're kind of on a time crunch.
Um, We'd have to sit here for a couple of days on top of all of these Orions in their own ship.
Yeah, because you've been in under or warp for 3 days. You're like halfway between 157 and Pulse and Nebula.
Besides, I think you might want to interrogate them.
But for 2 momentum, I could say, let's take a look at the fleet map. Now that I have a full-size fleet map for you. Oh, hush, we don't need that. We're not being that mysterious. Actually, you're nearby New Providence. I could say for 2 momentum and a quick call from Captain Elder, or you could have a ship here or within a day. So that'll be less time waiting around, and proper starship can and warp in and help process the Orion pirates for you.
All right, then I'll change my orders to Commander Maddox just to take the ship into custody and repair its engines, not to leave the system though. And the raid, we'll go ahead and have the raider return to us so that Calder can interrogate the Orions for that day that we're going to be here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a Presence Command difficulty 1 roll. To call ahead and for that ship. Just to see like what scale of ship they bring.
Presence command.
Yep.
Take a threat. Would you consider this persuasion?
Very much so.
Oh, then take an extra threat, and I'll roll. I'll get 1 from bargain and spend 2 for the 4th.
Very well. 2 threat, and you have the ball.
And then I'm going to use my citation for gallantry, and I am going to roll an effect. And for each effect, you lose a point of threat.
Okay.
For each dice I rolled, so that's 2.
For each effect. All right.
Oh, look at that.
No. And how often can you do that? Once a mission?
Maybe once. I'll look real quick. Once a mission.
All right. And you have 7 momentum, so 1 float. Starting at.
We'll spend. Oh.
So starting at scale 3 for each threat for each momentum you spend, and that's an extra scale of a ship. If that'll come take care of this.
Oh, then 2 threat for an Akira.
2 momentum.
2 momentum for an
Yeah.
Akira.
I will allow that. New Providence Colony happens to have an Akira class nearby, and they're more than happy to come in and tow this ship back to space dock. Allen Tree. Oh, 2 L's. Alright, so you have the USS Gallantry, a Akira class en route from New Providence. It'll be here within 1 day to pick up the Orion pirates. the crew surrenders pretty handily. They actually don't put up much of a fight because as they know they're beaten. And the people wanted to do some interviews, I believe.
I think Elder wanted me to interrogate the land captain to figure out why the Telagite, why he was attacking the Telagite.
Yeah. Before or that even happens, and give me a reason security roll. All difficulty 1. There's one little thing that's off about this, and you might catch.
I'm reason security.
Yep.
Can I use forensic or
Not forensic.
Starfleet protocol?
No.
Combat tactics?
I'll accept that.
Okay. I will spend 1 momentum.
All right. And gain 2 back. You are at cap. The Orion vessel is scale 5. It is bigger than your ship. And the little old tug is a scale 3. So the same size as Noskin and Raider. Orions are bringing pretty hefty guns to this fight.
I will relay that input to the captain.
Um. Yeah, I'll. Yeah, I don't think that changes just doing that interrogation. I don't have anything to add to that.
Would a proc lead investigator with that check?
I would think so.
Okay, could I use one of those questions to let's see.
That's the text of it, GM, if you need it.
Yeah, but pretty much I get 2 bonus momentum question things. Well, answers.
You don't have to use them for answers. You could use them for an advantage if you wanted to. You just have to spend them before the task is complete.
Yeah, I can't think of a question, so I'll use it for a advantage.
What did you learn? What was all of what you learned from the role? Just that they had heavy weapons.
Well, uh, they've got a scale 5 ship to attack a small freighter with a fighter element.
And you didn't learn that from questioning them. You just learned that by observation.
Yeah, from observation. So I'm using the momentum for the advantage. Well, the advantage thing.
Maybe ask for an advantage that to do the interrogations is the difficulty is one less.
Yeah, that sounds good.
If you're talking, we cannot hear you, GM.
Do you have push attack on again?
I shouldn't.
We hear you now.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I'm getting a using my bonus from lead investigator if I get it for advantage.
Okay, sounds good. As you meet up with the Orion pirate. Oh, yes! Yes, Starfleet! Please come in! Make yourself at home.
I sit on a chair Riker style.
There are several chairs, also very plush stools, and silk and beaded curtains, and it's an Orion ship. Use your imagination.
I feel like he should get another advantage for the Riker maneuver there.
Power move.
You got to have a lot of confidence to just come in there and do that.
Keeping eye contact doing so.
Yes, Starfleet. Fleet, how can I help you today? Do you want any wine? Any girls? Any fresh Stenobulan cheese?
I came in here for fans, nothing else.
Then please let us get some answers.
Why were you attacking that later?
Man has to make a living.
I would like to do insight if it is just straight up piracy that they're doing.
Insight security difficulty 2 brought down to difficulty 1 because of your Reich maneuver advantage.
I'll spend an advantage to get a third dice.
1 momentum, third dice. And 2 momentum. You have 1 float.
What are other things I could use with one momentum minus just the free question?
At this point, it's pretty much just a free question. You can spend 2 of them to get an advantage.
Okay, I would like to. Can I first see the result of my check to figure out the question?
Yeah, to answer your question, and it is just straight up piracy. There's an air of desperation about him. He looks lavish and well put together, but you can easily see through that he's kind of at the end of his rope, and he is begging for scraps.
Okay, I would like to use the question the question to figure out what the teleguide cargo is, because I imagine he knows what's in it.
Okay, I'll allow that. Tellurite. The cargo container drifting through space. Maddox, we can hear you breathing into your mic. But the cargo container that was stripped through space, it has raw uranium, a couple old phaser rifles, um, some machinery parts, parts to industrial replicator. Nothing in particular, just standard airfares that's transported across the Federation all the time.
Okay, so desperate man trying to just attack the first thing he sees. Okay.
Yeah, definitely attacking a weak target to get ahead.
I think that's it. And I'm guessing he will be arrested for piracy.
Oh, very much so.
Okay, so yeah, that's it. I'll return back to the later.
Okay, go back to the Raider. Was there anything else? Anyone else? Was there anything else that any player wanted to do? That is a really weird sentence.
Yeah, I'm under orders to get the engines back going on the Orion ship.
Control engineering difficulty 2.
I'll use one momentum.
All right, as you bring the engines back up, and yes, Archer, let's get your phaser roll in for the 3 days as we were out. Control or daring engineering difficulty 3 with a focus in experimental tech. You don't make it. You're having difficulty getting some of the mechanics to work. So, yep, we'll just let's try that again next episode. As backlogging, Archer didn't get any progress done on his special hand phaser project during the 3 days it took to get out here. All right, new scene. As we go down a momentum, 3 days. Well, not 3 days. 1 day later. 12 hours into it, this cargo wagon train takes off on its own, wishing you guys luck, and it just goes and continues its adventure. The Orion ship has been repaired. It has no shields and is basically just waiting to be towed back. Um, who would be looking at long range sensors?
On which ship?
On either ship.
I think Archer would be on Census because he's the con officer.
Okay. Give me reason science and scan. Normally difficulty 3, drop down to difficulty 2. Assisted by ship's sensor science.
Does sensor imaging work?
Yes, you're picking up something on sensors.
And remember, you get to reduce the difficulty because of the advanced sensors.
Yep, that's already accounted for. It's difficulty 2. Normally,
I will use a momentum.
okay. 1 momentum down.
Assisted by ship's sensors science, correct?
Correct. All right, generated 2 momentum. You have a incoming in warp signature. It's about 5 minutes out. But with your advanced roll, reason con difficulty A1 really quick.
And what is this for? Or can I use flight control systems or astronavigation for?
Astronavigation, definitely. This has to do with the vector. And you make it. It's a warp signature, but it's not coming from New Providence. It's coming from the Pulsar and Nebula. But it's too far away to find out what it is. Or there's something obscuring it.
Could I scan for that special energy signature we found on the star that was recorded on the Star Stealer?
You can.
And that would be reason science.
Reason science, and I don't have any threats, so at this range, let's see, you're at extreme range. Know what energy signature you're looking for. Difficulty 3 brought down to difficulty 2 with your advanced sensors. So reason science plus a ship's sensor science.
And my focus and sensor imaging does what?
Correct. Generate 1 momentum, but you have a complication on the table, and 6 momentum. Do you?
Can I spend 2 momentum to smash that complication?
Yep. 2 momentum down. It is not the Star Sailor itself, but you now see it is two Nausicaan cruisers in close formation.
Captain, 2 Nausicaan cruisers on an intercept course. They're about 5 minutes out.
All right. How long do I think it would take to beam all of the people off of the raider?
To beam all of your crew off the Nausicaan Raider.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we all have the quick emergency transports in case we get critically injured.
To organize an evacuation of it, there's not that many people over there. I'll say 1 minute. You can get all your crew off quickly.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna hold off.
Okay.
But Maddox is supposed to be over here.
Yep, because we're about 12 hours in.
All right. I'll order the Svalinn and the Raider to kind of set up in front, to start maneuvering in front of the ship that Maddox is on, and tell him to be prepared to run.
Acknowledge.
And then I'll give a wide area hail.
All right. So, you guys are setting up in a screening formation.
Yeah.
All right. One con officer from. Yeah, someone. Let's do a control con. Difficulty 2. Assisted by ship's engines. Ends con. So, Ensign Archer.
Flight control systems.
Yep, that'll work.
What's the difficulty? I believe it's 2.
Difficulty 2. Assisted by ship's engines con. Okay, there's a complication on the table. Did you want to quash that?
I think I will, and then I'll use my Spirit of Discovery to spend my determination for this game to gain 3 momentum.
Okay. So that is quashed. And with that, you spend your determination and generate 3 momentum. And if you want, I'll take two of those momentum to create the advantage that you have a screening maneuver between in the Nausicaans and the Orion pirate ship.
Sure.
All right. as you guys buckle down and to get into position. All power and all shields also have regened because this is a new scene. Anything else you want to do in preparation?
Yeah, I'm gonna hail them.
Okay. Control engineering difficulty 3 at this range.
Go ahead and spend some resources, Maddox, because we. Oh wait, you're not here. I will have to handle this.
I can assist. If the GM will let me.
Yeah, you can assist. You're at the con on an op station.
Take 3. I'm gonna spend 3 momentum.
Okay.
Oh no.
Assisted by ships, communications, and engines. Or communications engineering. Just make it. Hailing frequencies open.
This is the USS Svalinn. You are not to come any closer. This is the scene of a crime that is being investigated. Any attempt to come within a quarter light year of this position will be perceived as a hostile threat.
Presence and command difficulty 2.
Persuasion?
Yes.
Take 2 threat.
Okay. I should stop getting in positions to bargain. Goodness. Alright, so that was difficulty 2, so 4 momentum generated. They appear to slow down, but they have not stopped or changed course. You're now at 3 minutes out from contact.
They did what?
They slowed down and they dropped from warp 8 to warp 7, but they're still on course and still on intercept.
Ensign Sogar, give me a full spread of torpedoes to detonate 50,000 kilometers off the forebow.
Oh, dang. Um. So, you're just us popping a full spread and have them detonate.
Yep.
Okay. Control all security difficulty 2 assistance by ships weapons security.
Anyone else want to take Zogor? If not, I'll continue.
Go ahead.
I will spend a momentum for a third dice.
All right. Oof.
Did we at least succeed?
You succeed, but you have 2 complications.
Spend 2 to get rid of one of them.
All right. As the you know what? That complications is going to play. As the ensign fires all weapons and gets a torpedo spread going. Okay, maybe I shouldn't use that one again. I thought that was the cleaner one. But torpedoes those go off, and the calibration was as off. The detonation and hit too close, and the sensors are disabled for a minute. So both ships are effectively blind at the moment. And when you come to the Nautican cruisers are not on sensors.
I radio the other 2 ships and order them to start heading towards the Akira, and we're gonna head there with them. We're at the maximum warp of the slowest ship.
Acknowledged.
Okay. And just to be sure, what's everyone's alert status?
We fired the weapon, so I think we're red. Definitely.
Yeah, you're definitely red. Let's see, objects, tokens.
I would have the Orion ship at red alert as well. What that's worth.
And the Nausicaan Raiders also at red. To lock.
Yes, say again?
Is the Nausicaan Raider also at red alert in this situation?
Oh, yes.
Alright, any orders on your ship?
Oh. Well, we're at red alert, so all weapon systems are activated. Interesting. We have how many ships coming in?
2 scale 5 Nausicaan cruisers.
But we haven't.
Weapon ships.
Yeah, we haven't seen them in a minute or so.
How close is our nearest starbase?
There's a Federation world about 1 day behind you.
Yeah,
But
we're flying.
the Akira should be closer than that.
Yeah.
The Kira is definitely closer than that. At
Yeah.
they're probably within 1 light year, so maybe like 2 hours out.
Alright, well, stand by. Ensure that we have an intercept course plotted with them, and stand by to go to warp. Maximum warp.
Wait, if we try and follow with the leader, wouldn't that kind of make the Nausicaans think, oh, the ship is taken over, so there's a chance this sting might not work if we follow.
Yeah, I thought about that, but I'm not gonna risk y'all getting killed.
Okay.
I've got 2 quick questions.
Okay.
One, are the sensors still functioning on the Orion ship?
Yeah, you were actually out of range of the blast.
And my second question is, would I know that the sensors are out on the other 2 ships?
Yeah, you would definitely see that. So in that case, Maddox, give me a reason science roll, difficulty 3, assisted by the ship's sensor science.
3.
There's 1 momentum on the table. I could always use more threat.
Oh.
Yeah, let me use the momentum.
All right.
For the ship.
You
Oh,
don't.
there's not a ship up there.
Yeah, you don't see this stats in this, so I'll just roll for it. Sensor science. For once, this ship actually helps. Gain a momentum back. And you don't believe it, you don't quite believe it, but those Noskin ships cloaked.
I immediately report that to the captain, as well as Commander Tulloch.
You saw what?
Noskin ships of cloak, sir.
As far as everyone knows, that is not a thing that happens.
Could they be using?
Do you have their exact position?
Last known position and was at extreme 2 range, inch from you.
Would it be possible to send out a Tetrion wave?
I think that'll only work if these are cloaks from old D7s.
No, it'll work in general. And you do have enough ships, you would have to get into position and quickly to pull this off.
I say we just leave. I don't think we gain anything by fighting them.
Yeah, the only.
I mean, Maddox is severely in danger if we stay and fight.
Yeah, and yeah, I think we could risk the loss of the sting operation.
Yeah, I'm just gonna order all ships to immediately go to warp.
Setting a course for the Akira.
All right,
Yeah.
setting course for the Akira.
Punch it.
Like a good torpedo shot from them could blow up Maddox's ship in 1 hit.
Okay, so a thing I would recommend is is if this could turn into chase with them behind us. I think the both of our ships should be behind the Alliance ship,
Yeah, that's fair.
or do one in front and one behind. Up to you.
We'll stay behind. I mean, we're already behind them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're gonna do Raider up front, Svalinn and back, and the gooey cookie center of Maddox and the Orion ship.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're in a way. So either ship could intercept a fore or aft shot.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a. Yeah, control. Just 1% on the player side. Control con on difficulty E1 to set an intercept course and share it with the fleet. Raise the difficulty 2 because you're kind of coordinating everyone.
Astronav or flight control systems.
Astral navigation.
That is my rule, but I was under the wrong name.
It's gonna be a sloppy exit, but you're not gonna be flying out in formation. But everyone's sending out.
Shouldn't the ship roll or nah?
It can't roll if he didn't make the target.
Okay.
So. As we are now in combat. Going to GM there. These guys appear at the most inopportune in moment. And they're gonna fire on the Orion ship.
Are they chasing us?
Yeah, they're chasing you as you're are going into a warp.
We should be able to spend power to outrun them.
Right.
And if we were doing a chase, wouldn't it be the Svalinn here and our ship here? Oh no, that was for the check.
Yep. So you're kind of warping in all out, kind of all over the place. And yeah, they're back here.
If the enemies wish to pursue, each pursuing ship must spend more power than the fleeing ship did. If they do, they will quickly catch up to the fleeing ship. Once their pursuers have caught them, the crew of the fleeing ship must choose how they will respond. So if they were chasing us, we should have spent power to decide how fast we were going.
Okay. Go ahead and spend your power.
What? How much power does each ship have? Because I think we can only see the sheets for the Svalinn. Oh no, we can see the Raiders.
The yeah, currently we only have 6 power. Yeah, a max of 6.
How much does the Orion ship have?
7 power.
Ah.
So, if you want to keep together, or dump 6 power.
Okay.
That
All right, everyone, drop 6 power. Uh, I
What
really, I really want to do this, so I'm spending 2 threat, and just as you're taking off, I'm gonna take a pot shot at the Ryan ship.
Quick thing. What happens when the ship's current power is at 0?
You can't do any other or tasks that require power, but you still have like essentials like life support and stuff.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, you
Oh
can't.
no. Yeah, we could only spend 5.
Oh
'Cause they
yeah.
only have 6.
Okay. So you spend 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there to like temporarily increase the max power by saying pull power from weapons?
The engineer would have to do tasks.
Oh, okay.
If someone over on the radar wants to do tasks to generate power really quickly,
Okay, I'll do it. So that's control and engineering.
I would say this. Yeah, control or daring engineering, assisted by the ship's engines engineering.
Okay, let's first roll the ships.
Difficulty 2, and it can succeed at cost. Nope. But
Okay.
let's see if the player can generate anything, because the ship's technically assisting.
Okay, 2 and a 1.
All right, so you succeeded +1, 2 momentum on the table, so you gain +1 power, and if you spend a momentum, you can gain +3 total. So that'll put you at 9/6 X power.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's do that.
9/6 power. You overload the engines, dumping power from the weapons into the warp coil, and you can go warp 8 and dump everything into it.
Oh, so we're spending 8.
All right, 8, and Maddox could also do the same thing on his ship if you wanted to overload it.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, because flight is really the only thing I can do.
So control engineering, assisted by ship's engines engineering. And you'd have that sheet. Cruiser. Okay, you generate 1 power. You can get up to 8. So all vessels now have 8 power, or they can drop, and you guys are out of there. Oh, no, wrong one. That one. As the 3 ships take off at high warp, some ships going way faster than they were meant to go. as you wait a 10-second and to see if you're being pursued. 1 minute goes by. 2 minutes. And you seem to be in the clear. The Nautican ships didn't have enough power to chase after you. Because cloaking uses a lot of power.
Suck it.
Eventually, you make it all the way back to the USS Gallantry, who greet you and your strange fleet and ask what you want to do next. So we are coming out here to escort the Orion ship, but you seem to have that under control. Do you want us to take over from here?
Yeah, I think um, I think we'll have all of our crew transfer back to the Svalinn and have them take both ships. Like Calder said, I think our cover is blown.
Okay. The Gallant, it gets crews over and picks up the other two ships and tows them back to Starbase. And effectively take the ships off your hand. And the Svalinn is left with ever-growing mystery of desperate Orions and cloaking Nausicaan in ships. Perhaps yes, all this is related. And we will find out more next time on Star Trek Svalinn.